Hello, everyone. Yes, some people may look at it and say it's the same video because it's the same guy wearing the same shirt. Well, I haven't even left this position. I was setting up for another live, and here we are again. For another live. And once again, Amanda's doing her wonderful stuff in the background, sharing it out to all the pages. And we need to get these viewers up here, and we'll explain what this one's all about, which you guys mostly know about this one. But the cool part is you're going to get to find out where we're going to be. And I hope everybody enjoyed the last podcast with Dana, what's going on in Newfoundland. It's absolutely heart-wrenching, especially when people try to stand up and come together and voice their concerns, and then you bring in the police and the horses and just trample people. It's unbelievable. This is not the country I grew up in, and this is not the country I want to leave for my children. So here we are, us conspiracy crazy people. So you're all shared out. All right. Well,
you have it on the other two pages, right? Automatic.
yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to need your phone.
Yeah, in a second.
Yeah, when I get to that point there. So, we'll just give it a few more seconds to get some more people on here. They're starting to come in. What another awesome day. Another awesome day, guys.
I know, but an awesome day. What happened today wasn't very awesome.
No, it's not an awesome. Well, what happened today is not an awesome day. What happened in Newfoundland, but other than that, I'm doing good. Like I said, I even went and did a criminal background check on myself. Came back just as I expected. Nothing on it. She told me I have a speeding ticket, which, yeah, I'm well aware of those. I got a couple of them actually. One on the way from Ottawa and one on the way to a birthday party. Well, not that one, but anyways, clean bill. Nothing on my criminal record. It is clean. So, anyways,
You'll post it.
well, I'm gonna post that up later for you guys. So, anyways, let's bring on this special guest. Everybody knows this handsome gentleman. Hey, Mr. George, how are you doing?
Let's go.
Oh, you're all fired up, ready to go, are you?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, you bet,
Oh.
bud. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'll bring you on anytime that you want to come on. We're all in this mess together. So, what have you been doing lately?
Well, it's no secret. I've been hauling natural gas. I've been trying to keep everybody warm. I've been helping out with trying to keep everybody warm. And your lighters working with butane and propane in your barbecues and, propane in your house and whatever. So, yeah, working in the oil and gas industry and something that and also another thing that they're going after heavily all across our country. We think we can use wind turbines and solar panels to live around here. Well, we can't. Sorry to say.
No, we can't. We need to we need to rely on our good old trusty stuff that's been working for decades.
Yeah, I don't agree with the whole fracking thing. Like that's just money and greed by the corporations, that kind of stuff. But the old fashioned drill rig and go down there and get your well going, and it's perfectly fine. But of course the money always makes people more greedy for more, so they do other things to get it. And so the reason why I don't like the fracking, obviously, is because of all the fresh water that they use, and and causing earthquakes and everything else, cramming all that fresh water down there. And we're getting short on fresh water as well, as we all know. So
of course they are. We're getting low on everything.
Yep.
So, George, there's a really cool event taking place here in about 12 days. On April 1st, it's the nationwide carbon tax protest there.
Yep.
And a lot of wonderful viewers are they're curious on where we're going to be on that day, and we will let them know here momentarily, but
And what it is.
and what it's all about. basically it's a protest against ending the carbon tax, not stopping it, demolishing it completely. So we no longer have it, and then therefore we can put money back into people's pockets.
Yes. And I believe today they kiboshed the whole thing. I haven't went and researched it myself, but I do have a couple of messages that I just kind of poked in on, and apparently they voted on keeping the carbon tax hike on the April 1st today.
Well, there's a bunch of things popping out on that one there. The government, we're having a non-confidence vote. So right now that'll be for Thursday tomorrow, and we're waiting on the NDP government there because that's the last vote that they're waiting for. And I'll guarantee you that the NDP will vote in favor of the Liberal government because that gives one more year of stuff that the NDP can ask for. And if they go in favor with the Conservatives, then they're going to force a snap election, and basically the NDP don't get anything that they want anymore. So,
Yeah, well, we know how it's all going. It's all theater, anyways. So that's why we got to stand up and we got to push forward here. And this carbon tax has been absolutely destroying everything. People need to understand that it affects absolutely everything, even down to this cross that you buy in the jewelry store. How do you think it gets there? It gets there with a truck, right? So it doesn't matter what you're looking at. Every single thing you have sitting around you right now, when you go to buy it, is affected by carbon tax.
everything,
Everything. Yes.
everything you
There isn't
buy.
anything that isn't affected by carbon tax.
Like I'm looking at my gas bill, and my gas bill is say $80, but yet it's costing me 100 and something dollars to bring it to my house because we got this new carbon tax put on there, and that's only going to get higher. Like people need to understand that the carbon tax that's being implemented right now, it's only at $60 per ton, and it is going up to $175 per ton by 2030. So that means the price that you're paying now will triple.
Yes, 110%.
And not everybody's getting a carbon rebate check.
I haven't even seen one of those carbon rebate checks. So,
I've only seen 2 GST checks in my life.
yeah.
It's carbon tax is another way for the government to put more money in their pockets, not our pockets. It's a
Yeah,
scam, just like the climate agenda scam, but that's a whole different topic. Tonight's topic is about the carbon tax,
that's
and
right.
we have this nationwide carbon tax protest. That page is blowing up. It's pushing 90,000 followers in 2 weeks.
Excellent.
It just goes to show how many people out there that are completely against this thing, and they've had enough as well. Like I said, it affects everybody. We got 7 premiers asking them not to do anything. That right there is a majority. They could stop this at any given time that they want, but they're just using this now for their political campaigns. Vote for us and we'll axe the tax. Well, how about if you show us that you can do this now and help us out now, because we'll be broke by the next election, okay? We won't even be able to afford to drive out there to vote.
Yeah, there's people losing their homes and everything else that they've been holding on for a long time. This is going to push them over the edge, and more homelessness and more everything. It's absolutely devastating, 100% just devastating for everything. So it's very important that everybody gets out and protest this in a peaceful manner. And we're going to read like I know you have the code of conduct there to read and stuff, and we're going to speak a little bit more about it in the location we're going to go to. But you guys all got to understand that this is more than like the tax is used for genocide, not only on us, on everywhere around the world. When we're sending money to Ukraine, when we're sending money to Israel, when we're sending money to any of these war machine places, and the less taxes that we pay is less money for them to give away, right? And if we can stop this carbon tax and keep the money in the people's pockets, that's less that's going against us as well when it comes to purchasing the shots, when it comes to sending it all over the place. right? It's very important that we get rid of this, and it also has a really potential to bring the people back together. Bringing the people back together is very, very important in this point in time, because what's coming is coming. World War III is on the brink of happening. We
It's at our
need to
doorstep.
stand together. It's right on our doorstep, you guys, and like there's no turning back when that starts. We're not even going to go there. All right.
No, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah,
We need to focus on one thing right
that's
now,
right. I
and
was
that,
going to say, all right, carbon tax. Back to carbon
yeah,
tax.
back
It
to the
means
carbon
way
tax.
more. It means a
April
lot.
April 1st. So now the nationwide carbon protest against the carbon tax has a code of conduct. So it says, reminder to all members, uphold our collective integrity during protest. Greetings to the admirable community of the nationwide protest against the carbon tax. As we unite for our causes, remember, we embody a cause greater than ourselves. Our actions and words reflect our group and its principles. Act peacefully and respectfully. Embrace our peaceful approach. Conduct demonstrations respectfully, shunning violence and vandalism. Our movement's strength is our dignity, unity, and diversity. Despite diverse backgrounds, we share a common cause, respect different views, and maintain solidarity. Be a responsible representative. You symbolize our community. Your actions impact our collective cause, represent us with pride. Stay informed. Avoid confusion by staying updated with factual information from official channels. Safety first. Prioritize personal and others' safety. Carry necessities, dress appropriately, and adhere to safety protocols. Environmental responsibility. Advocate for the environment. We're protecting the carbon tax, minimize waste, and maintain cleanliness. Spread positivity. Inspire change through hope and positivity, not fear or anger. Promote messages of constructive change. Don't confront, document. In face of opposition, document incidents safely and report them. Avoid direct confrontations. Remember the goal. Our mission is to oppose the carbon tax respectfully and effectively. Stay focused on our shared objectives. By adhering to all these principles, our collective voice will resonate stronger and clearer. Let's amplify commitment, responsibility, and desire for positive change. Thank you for your unwavering support and dedication. Let's ensure our collective voice is heard rightly. United, our strength is magnified. Together, we can create change. That is the code of conduct, excuse me, from the main site, nationwide protest against the carbon tax. And I stand 100% behind that, the code of conduct. And I will be out representing in a positive way. So,
Yeah, and I think like a lot of people know, well, peaceful protests aren't working. Peaceful protests aren't working, and stuff like that. Um, we need to bring the numbers back, and we need to make the numbers grow before we could go anywhere else when it comes to not being peaceful. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have the numbers to do anything like that. We need to stay peaceful. We need to bring in the people again, and this affects everybody. So it's something that everybody could get behind if they want to, right? Because it affects everybody. You know, people with large bank accounts, obviously they might not care as much, but you know, it's hurting everyone. So it's something we can get behind. And the code of conduct is very important. Do not engage with the provocateurs and stuff like that. Be very careful around who's coming into the groups, because many places where these protests are going to be happening, and we will post those, and we also will post the code of conduct as well. I believe you can find it on the site, the Facebook page already, with 90,000 followers there.
That's the nationwide nationwide protest against carbon tax on Facebook. And they also have all the locations where people are going to be standing, and these are interprovincial borders. This is not the Canadian and the United States border. We will not be attending those. Try to stay away from any uh, ferry terminals because people use that for their transportation. They are stuck on an island, so they need that. They come over for medical or whatever reasons they come over for. So please do not block the traffic for people getting on and off those boats. That is just something I'm asking for personally.
Yeah, no, we got it. We got to be respectful for all things. Now, the plan is to block off a lane. We're going to be on number 1 highway. We're going to show you the spot here in a bit. And our plan is to start off with one side of it and block off one lane. And we're going to have signs, to slow down. We're going to have pilot truck with lights so the people coming a distance can see there's something going on for safety. And we plan on pinching it off and slowing everything down so that all these people have to see our signage and see what's going on. And I think we're going to get a lot more honks and a lot more love than we're going to get hate on this one, because it affects everybody, right? So, and it's not blocking off the infrastructure. So, we're staying within the gray area there, I guess one would say.
Yeah, and then something else that we've been looking into is in the national park. Now, I know there was some at Lake Louise area by the BC Alberta border, but unfortunately, that is inside the national park, and that would be federal. So this has got to do with provincial. So, and that's why this location has been changed from the Lake Louise area and pulled back more into the Alberta province.
Yes, we didn't want to mess around with the federal jurisdiction in the national park, right? Our goal is to put pressure on Danielle Smith in Alberta, because these premiers, you guys, have the power to stop this. They don't have to go along with this. They can stop it in our province. So if we can get one of our premiers to absolutely axe this carbon tax, stop the carbon tax, whatever you want to call it, that sets precedence for the other ones to follow in the same footsteps, right? So, I'd like to see Danielle Smith come down to our protest along the highway and come have a conversation with us. That'd be really cool.
It'd be awesome to have the premier come out and speak to us and hear our concerns. And obviously she knows why we're doing this, because it's already out in the public everywhere. Mm-hmm. So come on down and say hi to your people, the ones that are willing to stand up and fight for your provinces, right? All the premiers come out and speak to your people and hear them. But George, I'm on my phone, so I cannot bring up our location on the screen, but I will throw it up on our page. But for myself, I'm going to be standing on the Trans-Canada Highway, the number 1 highway where it meets the number 22 highway coming out of Cochrane. Right on the number 1 highway, there's a petrol can, A&W, and a truck stop. We will be on the number 1 highway. So number 1 and 22, that's where I'll be standing. Where are you going to be standing, George?
I am going to be right in front of the Petro-Canada truck stop on the number 1 highway, just south of Cochrane, Alberta.
So you'll be standing in the same location as myself.
Yeah, I will be at the same location as you. You bet. And I urge people, like, there's lots of other locations. So everybody that are at these locations, when we're doing each other's lives, we need to share that all out between each other, right? So I think, like, our core group or whatever, we're gonna find out who's gonna be where and stuff like that, and we can share out each other's lives. Obviously, we can't share out everybody's lives. The feed would be just completely plugged right up. But if we pick a couple people that are at each blockade each, and share out their lives on a regular basis, because this isn't a one-day thing, guys. So pack accordingly. This isn't the one-day thing. We're staying.
Yeah. Well, my camper's almost ready to roll. I just got back from a fundraiser, so I got a few things to do, a few things to add into it, and I'm bringing my trailer. So I'm there for the long haul.
Yeah, right on. I'm just bringing a tent.
Well, you got no worries. You will
I'll
have
be
a place.
outside of my. I'll be out in my blue paint. I'm bringing my blue paint from my
You bring
fate.
your blue. You bring your blue paint. You paint your face up nice and blue. And ladies and gentlemen, William Wallace will be attending.
Yeah,
I said
Freedom
you gotta
George.
paint your face too.
Freedom
Yeah,
George coming out of retirement here. Enough truck driving for a little bit. I told my boss
yes.
already, I'm working 2 weeks straight here in the truck, basically. And then I said, I'm taking a week off or more, I said. So
Well, he
he's
understands because it affects him too, right? So you're
oh
standing
yeah.
up for the company as well, right? So and just to just to let everybody know again, we are not completely blocking the highway. There will be one lane open in the eastbound lane and one lane open in the westbound lane, slowed down to 30 kilometers an hour. So traffic is not stopped completely.
We still got people asking again that are just coming in. I'm just watching the comments here on my phone. We're going to be on Highway 1, right below Cochrane, Alberta. Yeah, there's a Petro Canada there, A&W truck stop kind of deal right there. We're going to be in front. Ron has already called them and gave them a heads up that we are going to be out in front of their truck stop.
Well, I phoned them today asking if they had any RV dump stations there, and they don't. So then I just gave him a heads up that there will be a big protest on the highway in front of your store. And he said, well, okay, well, as long as you guys are not blocking my parking lot or whatever. I said, nope. But I just gave him a heads up that you might want to stock up on some supplies in the store because you're probably going to get a lot of business. So, and he said,
Absolutely.
thank you for the heads up, and he'll let the rest of his people know.
Absolutely. And we want to give him some business and whatnot there, right? And that's another reason why, number one reason was to stay out of the national park, which is federal. And we picked a spot where there's some amenities. There's gas, there's a truck stop there for showers and stuff like that for people, right? I seen one comment in here saying, is there room for trailers? Yes, absolutely. We're gonna park on the road, in the ditch, wherever there. And once we have enough people, then we're gonna go to the other side of the road as well, and put that down to one
And
one
just
lane.
keep in mind, these highways stretch for miles and miles and miles.
Yeah, lots of room.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. We got to be careful too, guys. If you want to bring high vis stuff, that's a great idea as well. If you have any high vis vests and stuff like that, because you're going to be on the side of the road, and it's going to get dark and stuff, and we're still going to be there, right? It's going to be day and night. We're going to, I talked a little bit about it in the Zoom there yesterday. We're going to have safety guys at night, security, right?
Yes.
And all that kind of stuff. We've been down this road before. I've been down it before, the ledge, having security and all that jazz. We know what happens. Upset people don't want you there. They come and do crazy things. Just we're gonna have to watch each other's backs, and we're gonna have to be very safe on the roads. So it is kid friendly, but be aware that we are on a highway. Okay, so if your kids are ones that like to just run away and stuff, well, I don't know. Got to keep them on a leash like my mom did when I was young. Tie me up. She would. I would always take off when I was outside, right? So she had like a clothesline or whatever there, and it would strap me up there so I could run back and forth, and I couldn't get away.
Yeah, and this goes for animals as well. People, please, 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 try to keep your animals on a leash. We don't need any animals getting hit by a car or causing anything else. We're not trying to cause anything to begin with, but we just don't need any accidents to transpire. So, children, animals, that's your discretion, but please don't have animals running wild all over the place. You're on a highway. You're on the number one Trans Canada highway, so just put some thought into that. Make sure you're bringing gear for yourself, water, food, whatever you need. Uh, we're not sitting here raising money to have all these amenities there. This is something that you need to do on your own. We're not asking people to come. This is something that you need. If you feel that you need to be there, you will know that you need to be there. Nobody's forcing anybody to do nothing.
Yep.
I'm going there for myself, my family, and advocating on the ones that can't come out. That's the reason I'm going, and I'm going to be standing until the end. And I'm going to be filming. I'll be constantly filming, and occasionally when I'm not filming in my location, some family will be in BC and they have access to my platform, and they're possibly live videoing from BC area. So you'll off my page, you'll get to see different locations.
Yeah, you bet. I'm going for basically the same reasons, but I'm going for everybody in this country, mainly my children in the future of my children, because this is a stepping stone, you guys. If we can come together again and show unity across this country under the one thing that's harming us all, we could really bring in those ones that are sitting on the fence right now. We could really bring them in and show them. And the more people we bring in on this, and if we can make this work and get rid of this carbon tax, what's next?
Exactly. And
What's
something else too, if you're not live streaming, keep your cameras rolling and record everything, because we've all been down this road before, and having so much evidence to prove some of our situations is absolutely amazing. So keep recording everything.
Yeah. Well, not everything. People have private conversations and stuff. Just
Well,
be aware of
you,
what you're walking into. Yeah.
yeah, just be aware of your surroundings, and if you see stuff escalating, get your cameras rolling. If Antifa show up or whatever the case may be, as long as people are recording stuff, we have the evidence to prove our innocence, and so on and so forth. So
Somebody commented what will be in place to slow the traffic down. We actually have like pilot trucks, signs. Get your signs. If you plan on staying there for a while, get what you need. Talk to you can go down to your MD or whatever and get some signs, or maybe borrow them off the side of the road. I don't know. You have lights. You got your flashing lights. Your hazard lights and everything. Maybe you have one vehicle dedicated for that. Maybe there's a big truck in the group that can be at the very front of where you start slowing down with the signs, whatever. Yeah, but
but
just make sure you got people are going to see it. It's not going to be, you're going to be able to see it from a distance and go, what the heck is going on here? And they're going to start slowing down. I'm a big truck driver, right? So it's not like you're just going to come around a corner and go, oh my God, right? Don't set up on a corner or right before a corner or after a corner. Don't set up on a straight stretch of highway.
no, we're going to be stretched out, and I know the location because before you get to our area, you're coming up on top of a hill, and then when you start coming down, you're going to be able to see this stuff for miles. And then coming to either direction, it's a long stretch. So you're going to see this thing. And please bring out signages. Carbon protest or carbon tax protest in effect. Please slow down. Have your signages everywhere. You're going to see how beautiful this comes together when people come together. It'll take place beautifully.
And what main
Yes.
locations are in Alberta that you're speaking of, compared to where you'll be?
So in Alberta, the ones that I know of, I do believe they're going to be in Saskatchewan and Lloydminster. That's an interprovincial border. The one that we will be at will be on the Trans Canada number 1 Highway 22. It's the turnoff that goes to Brad Creek or Cochrane. And I'm not sure quite yet at the Medicine Hat area. I don't know, but I will grab the locations and pin them on my main page. So you guys can click on any one of them and it'll show you the map of right where you need to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you betcha. It'll be right there. We'll share that out, guys. It'll be there. 100%.
Because
We also want to say, you guys, like, there's a lot of things going on. Like we could talk and we could protest about many things right now. We want to keep the message about the carbon tax. Bring whatever flags you want, 110%. But we want to keep the message as tight as we can. The carbon tax. Okay? That's that's what this is about. We need a win.
And this one here, like I said, everybody can get behind because every single person in this country pays a carbon tax. Maybe if you're not an infant, you don't have any money yet, but mom's still buying your stuff. So hey, it affects everybody. And
Yeah.
there's only three provinces that are not on board: British Columbia, Manitoba, and Quebec. They are all on the side of Mr. Fancy Socks himself. The other seven premiers are standing up on our side. They want to stop the carbon tax from coming in on the first, but the people want the carbon tax removed completely so they can have more money in their pockets.
Yes, we all know it's a scam. It's not changing the weather. Well, they're using the money to change the weather, but not for a good thing.
No,
Do you know what I mean? Like it's all a scam. We're literally funding genocide on ourselves and on other countries around the world. Right? Like this is a big stepping stone. If we can get like I really want to talk to Danielle Smith. Yep.
100%. Now, I know people were asking, what happens if we can't get to any of these locations? Maybe you don't have a car, you don't have a friend to take you. Well, you can hop on a bus, go down to any area in the city, your ledge grounds, your MP's office, wherever you need to be. If you're in a small town, you know what? Go to your local office or whatever. Do whatever, even in a small town. As long as everybody's doing something, it'll work out perfect.
Yeah, you bet. Somebody just asked, I'm just kind of watching the comments here. How do I find the messaging group for PEI? It's on the carbon tax page on Facebook there.
And a lot
It's
more
on that
stuff is,
page.
yeah, a lot more stuff is going to pop out. Some people are just finding out about this, and now all the questions are coming.
Mhm.
Your group in PI, reach out to your group, start reaching out to them and say, hey, do we have a location? If not, let's set one up. This is where you guys all come together collectively in your own province.
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
Alberta is staying in Alberta. BC's in BC, Saskatchewan's in Saskatchewan. I know there is some people coming from different provinces to come stand with us in Alberta. There's a lot of amazing people, and you can choose to stand with whoever you want, whatever province you want. It doesn't matter as long as we're all standing up, because this is a whole entire Canadian event.
Yeah. And it could
So
be anywhere, you guys. It doesn't need to be on the border. Like we chose not to do it there because of national park, but it doesn't need to be there. You could do it anywhere you want to choke down traffic. Anywhere. As long as it's safe and done with the code of conduct, right? And pick a spot that works best. It could be anywhere. Slow things down. Let's get this message out there. We're not messing around. Right?
no,
You're in a farming
and
community out in Timbuktu. Go block off a lane for a day or two or a week or whatever it takes. Get everybody out there with their farming equipment. Yeah,
100%. And majority of all the police around this country know what is going to take place on April 1st. They are well aware of it. It's nothing to hide. This is made public that we are taking a stand. The people are taking a stand, and they're not moving until the carbon tax is removed. So, like we keep saying, it's not a one-day event.
no,
It's not. It could be one day, could be two, could be three, could be a week, could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks. Basically, the same thing that transpired in Ottawa. Nobody knew how long it was going to be.
that's right. And I'll stay there as long as I can. If it goes on longer, I have to go back to work. And if it's still going, then I come back. And we just make it work. and the locals will help us out with things too if we need, and it'll all just kind of fall together, you know. But we really need to do it, and not just for the tax, you guys. This is much bigger. This also is a chance at bringing the people back together in large numbers and getting newcomers to come in because of the carbon tax affecting them. This is something they could get behind, because they're literally going to lose their home.
And you touched base on this earlier too. If we can show when we come together and make a change for this one thing, and then we stay together, then we can start making changes for all the other things too. Because like I said, we could be out there all protesting 90 different things at one time, and it gets confusing. So if we stick to one message, carbon tax, one message.
Yes.
And
you got stop the carbon tax, axe the carbon tax, anything, you know, and and maybe it doesn't, we do this and pull it off, and then we know we got the numbers in that, maybe we get some other taxes lowered, or maybe we stop something else that's happening, because we have the unity and we have the people, back together again. So,
exactly.
put your differences aside. I have no problem standing at the same place as people that I don't trust or don't associate myself with. I don't need to talk to them. I don't. But I still respect that they're in the fight too, right? Like, it doesn't, just because somebody's going to be there that you don't like, that doesn't mean anything. Just don't talk to each other. Get over it. Be an adult.
I'm sure there's a couple people out there that don't like me as well, but I will stand beside you and hold that line with you guys as brothers and sisters at the end of the day. Like I said, at the end, we don't need to sit at the same table and have a meal, but we're all in this together.
That's right.
One way or another, we're in this together, and we need each other. So, like I said, I'm not above you, I'm not below you, but I'm right with you.
That's right. We need to stand side by side here in solidarity. It's 100%. Let's bring it back.
People are asking for BC. Let me grab off the website there. I will grab their maps. So you just got to click onto it, and it'll show you every province that they have listed right now. There could be different ones. Who knows? Something else might pop up in a different province because that location might not work. And that is why it is important that you reach out to all the groups in your area and start coming together and exchanging information. Where are you guys going to be? We'll be here, you'll be there. But I'll post up the link and pin it to my page where all the locations are, and I'll post up where I'm going to be standing alongside my brother George and a few other faces that you guys know. I'm not going to mention them because I didn't talk to them and get permission to see if they're going to be wanting, out in public, but a lot of them you already know. So it's going to be awesome.
We got some Alberta boys for sure, and girls. It is. So again, you guys, it's Highway 1, straight south of Cochrane, in front of the Petro Pass truck stop. So that would be west of Calgary on Highway 1. Just drive along and you'll run right into it.
Yeah, if you're leaving Calgary going to Canmore, you won't miss it because you'll probably be stuck in traffic trying to get there.
Yeah.
And more information will come out as we go along and we get closer to the date. Maybe we'll have a location or something like that. We'll all meet up and drive to the location. Some may just come by themselves, but we'll see how things go in the next 12 days. Lots of stuff can change in 12 days. Just look what's happening in Newfoundland today. So tomorrow, their April 1st basically kicks off tomorrow in Newfoundland, depending what happens. So we're keeping an eye on Newfoundland. Hashtag Newfoundland. Hashtag support Newfoundland.
Hashtag I stand with Newfoundland.
Hashtag I stand with Newfoundland. And keep your eyes on Newfoundland tomorrow and the upcoming days.
Julie said BC is Silver Creek and Hope by Flying J.
So Silver Creek and Hope by the Flying J. So
Yeah,
that's
we're gonna pin that stuff up once we get off this live. I won't be able to pin mine right away. I got to hit the road here in another 5 minutes. So I got another 5 minutes and I got to get rolling. But we will pin up the locations off of the Facebook site, the Carbon Tax Protest at the Border site, and we'll also pin up. What else were we gonna pin up? The locations, and I forget now.
it was just pretty much the locations and where we're going to be.
Yeah, true that.
That's
Maybe that was
that's what
just
we're
it.
gonna pin up. And like I said, me and George, we're just a bunch of participants going to stand up just like the rest of you guys. So
Yeah, right. So bring your campers, bring your tents, bring up your pop-up tents, and let's get this done in a peaceful manner. Guaranteed we're going to be there for 3 days to a week. That, like, I'm guessing that's a minimum.
yeah,
So
free camping on the Trans Canada Highway.
yeah, you bet. And
So
God bless everyone who's going to be standing up across this country on this day and in the coming days. And God bless everyone who got out there and did some charges for the million charges. And I mean, that just started. Everybody can keep going with that as well. There's that. And let's pray for Newfoundland over there, where they had some horses break an old man's hip over there today, because they really went after the fishermen, and now the fishermen are starting to stand up, And I know you
yeah,
did a live prior to this. I was actually pulled over having a little bit of a nap before I jumped on the live, so I didn't get to see it.
well, you can
Um,
rewatch it. And like I said, you're busy. You're driving. You're trying to
yeah.
you're trying to put a paycheck. You got a lot of bills and stuff from your last big adventure. 2
Oh
years
man.
ago.
Yeah, buddy, and I haven't even got close to paying off all my debt from freedom fighting too, my line of credit cards, and all that jazz as well. I got way more debt than I got money in the bank account, that's for sure. But in the end, I know I'll be repaid from my father, or God is his name. So
Just
keep the faith
everybody.
out there for the
Yeah,
ones that are true believers. Keep that faith and keep spreading that light. We need you.
and faith,
And if
faith,
all you can do
faith
is
over
share,
fear.
yeah, all you can do is share, because you can't make it anywhere. Please share out our stuff when we're going live, when we're making posts. Um, and if you got farming communities, if you can get the stuff into them, native communities. I mean, we need everybody on this. It would be nice to have some native communities. You maybe roll in with some teepees, and we could do some ceremonies and stuff. Even that'd be kind of cool. Um,
So basically, calling on the
everyone,
truckers, the farmers, everybody. It
everyone.
doesn't matter. It does not matter what color skin you are. We're
this
calling on
this
all of you
doesn't end.
guys.
This doesn't end until we all unite.
That's right.
That's the thing. People need to understand that this doesn't end until we all unite and stand up. And so the faster we put our differences aside, and we got to put the past aside too. Lots of bad things happened, to certain people. That has to be put aside for now. We need to stand. We need to stand together and stop what's happening, so that we don't all end up on reserves. And genocide is happening to everyone now.
Yeah.
So
And no partying, yeah.
Oh, Farmer wants to know, is the Michelin Man going to be there? Farmer, it's State Puff, and State Puff will probably be in BC. We'll go from there.
you're done.
Yeah. So, but other than that, George, thanks for coming on, and
Yep. Thanks for having
I'll
me on, guys.
I'll see you by the petrol can.
Yeah, you betcha. I'm gonna. I gotta take off in the truck here right now and get to my offload station. So,
Well, you
God
stay
bless
safe.
everybody. Stay safe
Stay
out there,
safe
and I
out
hope to
there.
see. Yeah, I hope to see a lot of you guys on the highway.
And just remember, George, for every mile of road, there's 2 miles of ditch. So be careful, and
Yeah,
take rest when you need it, buddy. And I'll
yeah, you betcha I do. I'm sitting on my old trusting bed right here, right now. So,
awesome, George. So, buddy, I love you, buddy, and I will
love you
see
too,
you
bud.
soon.
Take care.
You too. You have yourself a good night, George.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
We have a report that came
So,
out.
ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Myself and Freedom George will be standing on the Trans Canada Highway, the number one highway, and the 22 where it comes out of Cochrane. That's where we will be. What is this? Amanda just gave me something here. Secret RCMP report warns Canadians may revolt once they realize how broke they are. Right from the get-go, the report authors warns that whatever Canadians' current situation, it will probably deteriorate further in the next 5 years. Oh wow. Well, we'll definitely have to go over this one. This is like a whole podcast by itself with a few other things. But National Post, here it is. And when was this one posted?
It was just posted
Oh, March 20th, 2024.
today.
Today. You can see it for yourself. I don't know if you guys can see that. Secret RCMP report. We already know that Canada's running out of money. We already know people are upset, willing to revolt at any moment. But a lot of crazy stuff. So yeah, number one highway in 22, Petro Canada. That's where myself and George will be standing. I'm bringing the trailer. I will not be bringing Guinness, the big dog. I'll have too much stuff to look after, and I won't have time to take care of him on the side of a highway. But other than that, I love each and every one of you guys. God bless each and every one of you guys. We will get this information pinned to our pages here as soon as possible for you guys, so you guys will know the locations out there. Keep it peaceful, keep it clean, respect one another who shows up, and be safe and bring the stuff that you need, because we're not going to sit and raise money for this thing. If people want to help out, they can drop stuff off, come by, do whatever it is that you guys need to do to help in any way that you guys can. That is totally up to you guys. But April 1st is the day, and we're taking the stand. That is it. So, love you guys. Stay tuned. And yeah, I've got a busy weekend, busy next week, and busy, busy, busy. So, I love each and every one of you guys. Try to enjoy the rest of your day.
Stay tuned to updates of Newfoundland tomorrow.
And stay tuned, because the second I hear anything coming out of Newfoundland, Dana's going to call me. We will jump on a podcast together and live stream it out for you guys. So we'll keep you guys updated what's happening in Newfoundland. Depends what time it is. It doesn't matter. If it needs to go live, we will go live. So talk to you guys later. Have a good day.